Hey, it's JP. Thanks very much for taking the time to download and listen to my commentary reel. Now, all of the examples in this reel have come from past events, but were recorded as live. So hopefully it will give you a good indication and flavour of what I can bring to your project as a commentator, and hopefully we'll be working together real soon.
JP.
Q3 here at Silverstone. George Russell on a great lap right now. George Russell, who, let's be honest here, a few races ago, still struggling with that Williams car, so slow around the tracks, and he is pulling a blinder here at his home Grand Prix this weekend. As you see his face up on the grandstand alongside Hamilton and Norris. Let's see what he can do in Q3. George Russell comes around the final corner, and he goes 7th. 7th quickest. 1:26.9. That is fantastic. The crowd's all around Silverstone on the grandstands, standing in a brilliant performance from George Russell, who will be over the moon with that. He's got Leclerc, Sainz and Vettel behind him. He might move down, but that was a blistering performance in the Williams, and it proves just what potential this young driver has got. George Russell could be in a Mercedes next year. If people's speculation is true, what would he be able to do in that Mercedes? What a season 2022 will be if he is in one of those Silver Arrows. Talking of the Silver Arrows, Lewis Hamilton now coming around to start his final hot lap of the session as he makes his way around the penultimate corners here at Silverstone. Again, another track that means a lot to him. He's got a straight named after him here. And it's down that straight that he goes now to start off his lap. Lewis Hamilton currently top of the table. Provisional pole. But Max Verstappen is snapping at his heels and will want to upset the home crowd and get that pole position. It's a tight championship this year. So tight, this championship. And Lewis needs every single point that he can get. So Hamilton out and about, making his way down towards Brooklands. Finishes sector 1 with purple. Fastest first sector of the session. He's up a 10th. Promising for Hamilton. You can see Max Verstappen now on the small screen as well on there. It's the two of them going head to head. Let's see what Verstappen can do as he makes his way to the end of sector 1. It's green. It's his best, but it's not as good as Hamilton. He's a 10th down on Hamilton at the end of the first sector. Hamilton goes 2 tenths up on his own time. In the second is another purple sector for Hamilton. All he needs to do is finish off this lap, make it tidy, get across the line, and this could be pole secured for Lewis Hamilton. A little bit wide on turn 11 as he makes his way around an oversteer. The back of the car kicks out for Lewis Hamilton as he comes around the final corner. And it's not any quicker. 1400ths down on his original time. Max Verstappen 74 thousandths down on Hamilton after the second sector. This is going to be close. It's Hamilton on pole, but it's Verstappen for the taking. He could push and make this as Bottas finishes 3rd, Norris is 5th, Sainz 8th, Vettel 10th, Leclerc goes 4th. Verstappen, though, goes 2nd. And it will be pole position for Lewis Hamilton here at the 2021 British Grand Prix. He will lead that sprint race tomorrow. You can see from the fist pumping in the car what it means to Hamilton. That was close at times. As Leclerc will be starting in 4th tomorrow. Perez was finished 4th, but provisional lap time taken away because of track limits. So Perez will be 5th. So that top 10 is Lewis Hamilton at the top. We've also got Norris in there for the Brits, of course. He starts 6th for McLaren. And George Russell, that brilliant lap from him earlier on in the session means that he will be starting 8th in tomorrow's sprint race on this special sprint weekend. All 3 Brits in that top 10 as we see a replay of Lewis Hamilton coming up 2 corners before the end. The back of the car just kicking out. Oversteer. Lewis trying to get every single thing out of that car. Just lost the control of the back. It lost him a few tenths. It meant he didn't get the fastest lap on that final set of runs. But for Lewis Hamilton, big celebrations for the Mercedes team. It's their man on the front row tomorrow for the sprint race, domineering this British Grand Prix.
JP.
Welcome back to the 2022 School Games National Finals here at Loughborough University this weekend. We're down at Brockington Cricket Pitch once again for the final morning of action in the modern pentathlon. Some more brilliant, aspiring, inspiring young athletes will be taking on the mixed relay this morning, the laser run, which combines 2 of the 5 events in the modern pentathlon. And the programme has been great over the 3 days here, actually, at Loughborough University as part of the School Games. All of our athletes have had the chance to compete in 3 of the 5 disciplines that you get in a modern pentathlon. It was an improvement on a couple of years ago when they only did the laser runs, which is running and shooting. So it's been great to see what our young athletes can get up to. The first event this morning is the under-17s mixed relay. There's 17 teams, or 18 out there. There's a wild card team we'll talk about as we go around. But as you can see there on the screen, we've got the young athletes warming up and getting ready, with the officials ensuring that everything is above board and they are good to go. They will be getting underway very soon here at the Brockington Cricket Pitch. For our under-17s, it's going to be 2 runs and 2 shoots for both athletes in the mixed team, apart from that wildcard team, which are all members of the same club and one of their coaches as well. And there's 4 of those, so they're each going to be taking 1 leg on there. So we can see our female athletes lining up on the line. They are going to be starting off, handing over to their male counterparts after a couple of runs and a couple of shoots. The course here at Brockington Cricket Pitch, it's a 300-metre lap around the cricket pitch, which our athletes will do twice in each of their running legs, totalling 600 metres, as the officials look ready to get them underway. And they are off here at Loughborough University for the mixed team relay under 17. Our athletes straight into the shoot for the under 17s. That short sprint in. It's a brilliant shooting this weekend, it's got to be said. The aim is always 5 green lights or 50 seconds, whichever comes first. Already we have got some athletes underway. It's one for the Saltires under 17 teams there. It's number 12, it's Sarah McAllister, who will be handing over to Jack Wallace in a couple of legs' time. As we see a good group making their way, as I say, some very good shooting this weekend from the young athletes. And we got a big group there towards the front. Emily Carman in number 2. She got a gold in the combined on the first day of action and a bronze yesterday in the individual laser run for the under 17 girls. So she's going to be one to watch in this early stage of the race. But it is Sarah McAllister for Saltires who is ahead at the moment. A quick shoot from her. The fastest to get the 5 green lights. A good pace on the run as well. And as we said, 2 laps every time for the run. It's 600 metres before she'll be ducking back in for her second shoot. But it looks like Evie Powell is about to overtake her, as is Emily Carman. Both of those two running for the Tudors under 17 team. Both of them double medalists this weekend. As I said, Emily got a gold in the combined and a bronze in yesterday's individual laser run. Evie Powell, wearing number 1, currently the race leader here. She got a bronze in the combined and then got a silver in the individual laser run as well. So both of those two, some fantastic performances across the weekend. The other one to watch out for, actually, for our under-17 girls is Imi Edward, who's running wearing number 14. She got a silver in the combined and took gold yesterday for the individual laser run. So definitely some athletes to keep an eye on as we keep going through this first part of the mixed team relay in the under-17s. The School Games National Finals 2022. And in fact, we can see now our original race leader, Sarah McAllister, is now 3rd ahead of Imi Edwards as Evie Powell is in shot. And she will be first into the range for her second shoot. She's aiming for those 5 green lights. Emily Carman not far in behind. Looks like Isabel Whittle as well, wearing number 3. The Tudors, very strong representation in the beginning of this race. If all 4 of the big clubs in under 17 modern pentathlon are represented today, we've got the Tudors, the Knights, the Saltires and the Saxons. The Saltires from Scotland, the other 3 teams all English teams with athletes from all over England representing in those, which is good to see. So there we go. We've got Evie Powell still ahead at the moment. And Imi Edward looks like she had a good shoot. She's out pretty quick for the Saxons and has made her way up in the running order, which is good to see. Although, of course, it is still early days. Very early days in this event. So there's Isabel Whittle there as we see Evie Powell on another overtake. She's a very quick runner, Evie Powell. We've spoken this weekend about the importance of multi-disciplines. And it's your consistent athletes that are going to do well in the pentathlon. As you see some of the team coaches and team managers there cheering the team on, sharing that strategy, thinking of pace. Although for these girls now, they are going to be pushing themselves as they come towards the end of their second run leg and will be passing over to their teammates with around just over 4.25 minutes now as they continue to make their way around. For these young athletes, it's their last chance to grab a medal this weekend. It's been brilliant action here at Loughborough University for the School Games National Finals. Over 1,000 athletes across all of the different disciplines. There's 10 sports in all being contested across the 4 days of action. But here at Modern Pentathlon, some brilliant performances that have really wowed the spectators here at Brockington Cricket Pitch. As we see our first handovers, it's Isabel Whittle handing over to Archie Harding just ahead of Evie Powell, who hands over to Ewan McKittrick. And they make their way into the chute. Archie Harding, good weekend for him. No medals, actually, in the individual or combined event, but some strong performances from him in both of those, which is good to see as he gets 3 green lights already. Ewan McKittrick only on 1 green light as Archie Harding makes his way off. Strong performance actually for him and Isabel when it comes to the chute, which will give them valuable seconds and time. Valuable seconds and a head start, as we can see on the run, as we finally get some other athletes to go and chase Archie down. He is out and away, as we can see there. Finley McKay, who's been passed on. Jessica Evans passed on to him for Saltires. He is going incredibly well. Behind him, we can see Joshua Duncan, who was Imi Edwards' partner for Saxons, and Oliver Tomlinson in 15, who is racing with Daisy Hassel today, also for the Saxons. Next, nearly 6 minutes on the clock then here in the mixed team relay under 17s. Another one to watch in the second half of this race. And again, some very strong performances as Archie Harding leads from the front in this race. It's going to be another chute and another running leg for him after this one that will take him to the finish line. 600 metres each of the running legs here at the School Games National Final under 17s mixed team relay. And as always, it's the 5 green lights, 50 seconds, whichever comes first in the shooting element. As you see there, Ewan McKittrick, who is slowing down slightly. Tough weekend for Ewan, actually. Some brilliant, very spirited performances. But he has found it tough. And you can see there, number 5, Gerard McGrady. I mean, this young athlete has put effort into every single event this weekend. He has been fantastic. He hasn't managed to get himself a medal, but the determination and the passion on that young athlete is absolutely fantastic to see. And he took over from Jessica Spalton earlier on in the handover, running for Knights. As we see our race leader, Archie Harding, back into the chute. Looks like Finley McKay as well down there for the Saltires, who's also made his way in. Archie stalling slightly this time. He got 5 green lights very quickly last time out. Not to be this time as Gerard McGrady comes in to bay number 5. And there he is away, Archie Harding. He is first away. He is leading the race. Look at the sprint on the young man. He does not want to lose any of that lead that he has got. He wants to only extend as he starts his final 600 metres on this mixed team relay under 17 race. It is the number 10 of Finley McKay, who is out in second for the Saltires. He's going to be hoping for a silver medal in this one. It's Archie Harding. Incredibly quick first lap. He's going to have 2 of these laps, 1 more to go. 300 metres between him and the finish line, and a gold medal for him and Isabel Whittle for the Tudors under-17s. That is what is on the cards.
Archie Harding makes his way around for the second of his 2 running laps.
As we see some great midfield battles here as well. Some close sprints to the line expected in this under-17 mixed team relay. It's been close all the way through. Just over 8.5 minutes, incredibly quick for these athletes. Giving every bit of energy, the last chance to win themselves a medal over the weekend. It's the last chance to win themselves a good position as we get ready to go and look over at the finish line, I am sure, as Archie Harding will be getting ready soon to come round and take the finish line. How much of a lead, though, will he have from the other athletes? That is the big question. It was a big lead, as there he is, number 3 on the vest. It's Archie Harding, who wins with his partner Isabel Whittle for the under-17 mixed team relay. An official time 9 minutes 11 seconds. As we can see, Finley McKay sprinting for the line. And he will take second with a 9:27. Jessica Evans was his partner, and Jack Wallace behind him wearing the number 12. Sarah McAllister was leading at the very beginning of this race. They managed to get themselves bronze. 2 Soltize teams up there in the top 3 and on the podium today, which is great to see. Reuben Corley making his way over the line. He was with B. Kinner, number 17. As we see, really close midfield battle, some sprints there. As we see the team wearing number 6 for the Knights, I believe that was indeed, Toby Aberdeen, who was partnered with Bianca Gomez Valesco, who was our swim leader the other day. You can see their number 18, that is Libby Tolley, that is the coach of the team, taking part in the wild card event there with 3 of the athletes who couldn't take part in the main event today. So that is it. Our under-17 mixed relay is over. It's Archie Harding and Isabel Whittle for the Tudors, who take that in a time of 9 minutes 11. In silver, it's Finley McKay and Jessica Evans for the Soltize, a 9:27. And just 3 seconds behind them, Jack Wallace and Sarah McAllister will take the bronze also for the Soltize. The under-19 mixed team relay coming up a little bit later this morning.
JP.
So that is it for the 8th end. It will be 1 for Japan. 8-3 at the end of 8 ends. Little conversation for Japan. Gap of 5 and 2 ends left. They are not going to concede at this point. It's still possible for Japan to put it back, but it's looking good for Great Britain in this gold medal match. The women's team curling, Eve Merhead, wanting this win for Great Britain. It's the gold medal she has been after for so long. And they are in a strong position, 5 points ahead. Could this be the year? Beijing 2022, is this what her career has been boiling down to? And this brilliant team, Vicky Wright, Jennifer Dodds, Hayley Duff, they've been excellent on the ice, outstanding throughout this tournament. As we start the 9th end, could this be the one? Satsuki Fujisawa, the skip of Team Japan, makes her way down to the house. As you can see there, the coach for Japan is going to be Great Britain with the hammer for this end. The important fact, they will have that last stone advantage. They've also got about 2.25 minutes advantage on the clock as well, which Japan will have to keep an eye on through this, as Yoriki Yoshida throws the first stone of this 9th end. Bit of sweeping. To just bring it over the hog line. Going to be a guard. Yeah, short of the house. Nothing to worry too much for Team GB. It's not down the middle of the sheet at all. As Hayley Duff throws the first stone. Jennifer Dodds and Vicky Wright sweeping it down the sheet right now. It goes over the hog line. And curls in. It's going to be pretty central. How's the weight on that one? Not far from the centre of the house. Looking pretty good on the button. That is exactly where Great Britain want to plant that stone. That first one of their 8.
Top 4. Make sure we're here. Raise good, Eve. Make sure we're here. Top 4. Really nice. Line's really nice.
A lot of sweeping from Japan on this one.
Perfect.
Trying to bring it across down the centre line as it goes over the hog line.
Just right here is perfect. Good. Really nice. Perfect, Haley.
Looks like Japan, yes, playing another guard. A little bit more central this time than their first. Bit of talking now from the GB girls, just trying to work out how this end's going to play out. As we've said throughout this tournament, it's a bit like chess. Thinking about where to play each stone, where things are going to fall, where they're going to sit, and how the set will look when that final stone makes its way down towards the house. So, Hayley Duff throwing her second, potentially last stone of this tournament and this competition.
What do you think? Chuck it? Or we just come right on it, but...
Good clear instructions from Eve Muirhead. As always, they bring that one in
Even if we sit out this...
within the white circle in the house.
Same weight. I think that's good, Ice.
As Japan come down with their third stone. Some big sweeping as it goes over the hog line there. It's going to make its way in. And it's on the 8-foot line.
Gut was the centre one. My gut was the centre one too. Or you can go for both, Jay.
Sounds like Team GB hoping to peel one of the guards away at this point. Free up their options for a little later. Going for a hard stone. Strong weight there. Vicky Wright gives it a good sweep. They hope for the double. Managed to knock one out. Jennifer Dodd's a little bit disappointed there to not hit both of them and get the double peel, but still. It's one guard that's out of their way and, as we said, opens up some of those options as we get towards the latter stages of this 9th end. Yumi Suzuki. Yumi Suzuki with the stone. As it gets swept across. Clever use of their guard there, actually, from Japan. Managed to reinstate 2 guards. In fact, you'd probably argue they're better guards than the ones they set in the first 2 stones of this end. A little more central.
You're kind of half.
But still, that button is open, and that's going to be where Team GB want to be sitting at the end of this to secure that gold medal. Another hard stone coming down the sheet. Vicky Wright sweeping. And a lovely shot from Team GB, peeling off one of the guards and knocking one of the stones. In fact, the only stone from Japan in the house. Which leaves Team GB laying 2 with 4 stones to go, halfway through this 9th end now.
バンにつけるか？
バンにつけてもね、あんまりね、意味ないな。
意味ない？
か、ここか。
あー、そこいいかもね。
こっち
You can see from the scoreboard that very strong 7th end. Team GB laid 4. Really strengthened that lead, gave them the hope. And it's Chinami Yoshida now. They're going to need that to curl. Unless they're aiming for another guard. The guard that they've put there earlier on has of course gone from Team GB. So they are aiming for the button. It's gone too far. That's staying too hot. Still sit on the 8-foot ring, to be fair. Team Japan will be sad to have conceded those 4 points a couple of ends ago.
I think it will move it here more than the out turn, obviously down.
As Vicky Wright
Yeah, I think so.
goes for her first of 2 stones this end. Again, aiming to knock out the guard of Japan, peeling that one off nicely. Opens up the house. Team GB still laying 2 at the moment. One just biting on the button. One firmly between the 4 and 8 feet rings. Jinami Yoshida again with her second and last stone of this 9th end. Slowing down, they're going to hope. Just again, a little bit too heavy. It's just going to knock their other stone. Japan now laying 2 in the back of the house. Bit of an insurance policy there. Eve Merhead is going to want to try and break up the party at the back of the house. Move those 2 stones where we can. Vicky Wright providing the throw on that one. Wanting Dodds to give it every bit of muscle she can on the sweep. And it misses. Narrowly misses. Goes through the house. Vicky Wright apologising for that one. As we see the replay. So close. A few centimetres between it. A couple of inches at most. And that does open up this 9th end a little bit more now. So we can see Japanese athletes taking their time to really think about this. They're 5 behind at the moment. If they could get any score in this end and start closing that gap, it would be good. Obviously, Team GB with a hammer in this one. If Japan were to score in this end, then the hammer obviously would go back to Team GB. There are many different strategies in this sport that need to be considered. And we can see there for Japan, they've got 5 minutes left on their clock. If we do go to a 10th end, it's going to be a fast and fought one for them, and they're going to need that time to think. As the shouts call for more sweeping, the stone comes over the hog line, curling into the centre. They're going to hope to push. They're going to hope to push that stone a little bit further. I thought there wasn't quite enough weight on the stone to push Team GB's one that was on the button. In fact, it's pushed it slightly closer on, but it has laid between the 2 stones of Great Britain. Great Britain now laying with 1 point. If we were going to end now, it would be Great Britain 9-3.
I was thinking like 9. I like an out turn.
Are we going for the roll?
Just there?
Yeah. Do you ever hate nose?
Not a bad stone from the Japanese skip, Satsuki Fujisawa.
Okay, yeah, I like this then.
We're making our way back up the sheet now. It is Eve Merhead for Team GB.
Just playing the same weight you played down here in the 7th.
Yeah, the same as I played for that run.
You can see there the
I just play the same weight as I
the
played
team
for the run.
behind
Yeah,
Team
I like
GB, the
that.
coaching
Similar.
team.
We know it's a start.
As Eve Merhead comes down for the first of her 2 throws on this 9th end.
Here, let's wait.
It's going straight down the centre.
Curl.
A little bit of curl.
Clean. Yep.
Cleanly knocks out
Hard.
the stone from Team Japan in the centre and takes out one of the 2 at the back of the house. That's a strong throw from Eve Merhead. And that really does open it up. I mean, if Japan have got to think very carefully about what they're going to do here. Are they going to try and put one on the button that will be protected by the 3 yellow stones ahead? Are they going to try and peel as many of them out of the house? So many different ways they could play this shot, but they seem confident. And as we said, with time running out, they need to make those decisions quick. Looks like they are going to try and sit within the house, but what are they going to do with those yellow stones in the meantime? Skip Satsuki Fujisawa throws. Strong weight on this stone. Gonna need it to curl. It does curl. Oh. So, Team GB currently laying with 1. Then there's 2 Japanese stones, both in or on the 8-foot line. And then we've got a biter from Team GB just on the very outside of the house on the 12-foot
I
line.
think we can. No, take off it, it's okay.
Okay, same weight you've been given us, Eve.
Just wait for Tina.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd argue here that Team GB need to just get as many points as they can from this end. I mean, 1 point would take it 9-3. Japan would have the hammer. 2 points would be 10-3. Japan would have the hammer. Eve Merhead happy with the line.
Line's nice. Top 40. Okay, line's good.
The line narrowing up as it comes down over the hog line. What is going to happen with this stone? Is this going to be the stone to decide the gold?
Line's good.
It's going to promote their stone. They're going to be 10-3 at the end of the 9th leg, surely. And that's it. It's a gold medal for Great Britain, for Eve Merhead, Vicky Wright, Jennifer Dodds and Hayley Duff, for Millie Smith, who is their alternate. But look at that, arms aloft for Eve Merhead. She's waited years for this moment. And the team could not be happier. Pure emotion out there on the sheet. And for the team behind the team as well, as tears start to flow, the smiles, the hugs, the celebration. Team Japan, a valiant effort from them. It was going so well for them until the 4 points for Great Britain in the 7th end, as Jennifer Dodds and Eve Merhead celebrate on the ice. Very much a team victory, a close team. These athletes who have put everything in together. And you can see the celebrations, you can see what it means to them, a gold medal. And Team Japan thrilled with a silver. They will definitely take a silver. They may have lost out on this one, but still on the podium. And it will be a mix of emotions for them. But what a way to finish off the curling programme for the women. It's a gold medal for Great Britain as Japan take the silver.
JP.
So we've made it to a fifth set. We needed a fifth set. It's 5 set points to 3. Kubon Chan in the lead. He dominated the first 2, winning by 2 points. The third one was a drawn set. And in the fourth set, Jean-Charles Valadon proving that he can turn the momentum. He's so good at doing that in the performances we've seen here in Rio. And manages to win the fourth set by a point. The Frenchman needs to win this one to take it to a shoot-off. If he doesn't, then the Korean Kubon Chan will be taking the gold medal. But is he able? Is he able to turn that momentum around and show the strong performance that he started this match with? You can see Kubon Chan's coach there just telling him to calm. As Valadon takes the first arrow of the set, and it's an 8. That's a disappointing start for him. He would have liked something closer to the 10. This is where we hope Kubon Chan can capitalise. He makes it a 9, doesn't quite break the line. It's close to the line, but not quite there. He takes a point advantage into the second arrow. For Valadon, another 8. Quite strong wind towards the athletes and to the left, around 3 metres per second. But it doesn't faze Kubon Chan. He takes a 10 for his second arrow. It's 16-19. Jean-Charles Valadon needing the 10 here. That's the only thing that's going to give him any hope. And he does. Oh, it's a convincing one as well. The inner circle of the 10 broken. Kubon Chan needs an 8. An 8 or more will win the gold medal for him. And he gets it. He gets the 8. It may not be as high as he wanted, but it's enough to get the gold. And Kubon Chan from Korea, smiling, kisses the air. And you can see the look of relief and celebration on his face as cheers ring out here in Rio for him. The 2 finalists shaking hands. The respect between these two throughout the tournament has been inspiring. And what an incredible result. Gold medal for Kubon Chan as his coach and he kiss the ground in respect. And take it 7-3 the final score. Kubon Chan getting 3 of the 5 sets. That drawn set in set 3. Part of that change of momentum. But Valadon just couldn't make it stick. And those first 2 arrows in this 5th and final set create just too much of a gap that the Frenchman could not close. But still a silver medal for him. What a performance for the world number 4. But it is Kubon Chan who will stand atop that podium later today in the ceremony. And the world number 2 becomes the world number 1.
JP.
The lights have gone down, but the tension and the atmosphere is building here at the Etihad Arena tonight. They've been waiting for this one. It's the women's 200 metre free. The qualifications and the semi-finals in this incredibly close. And we've got all 8 of them within 2 seconds of each other. It's going to be a great event. We start off with Netherlands' Merit Steenbergen there in lane 8. She got gold for the 200 metre free at the European Short Course Champs. And in lane 1, the Canadian Summer McIntosh. She's just 15 years old. And she's here at a World Championship final. Incredible to see her. Great time as well. From Slovenia, Katia Fain there in lane 7. It's her first World Champs final as well. 20 years old. Qualified in a 1:54.61. Then lane 2 from the Bahamas, Joanna Evans. She was there for Rio in 2016. She competed in Tokyo earlier on this year. And she is gunning for the World Championships tonight. Cheers there for Charlotte Bonnet in lane 6 from France. She was a semi-finalist in Tokyo. 100 and 200 metre free. Paige Madden walks in, goes the wrong way, but she still makes her way into the arena. She won't be doing that in the pool. The American, silver for the relay, 4x200 in Tokyo. And then the big cheers for Siobhan Haughey, silver for the 100 and 200 metre free in Tokyo. And tying for the best qualifying time with this lady here, Rebecca Smith from Canada in lane 4, right next to her. She's the favourite for tonight, the second of the Canadians in this event. And Rebecca Smith and Siobhan Haughey both qualifying in 1 minute 52.86. They're next to each other, middle two lanes, 4 and 5. Rebecca Smith's the favourite. As we said, she's got pedigree. She's got silver for the 4x100 relay in Tokyo. 21 years old. But the swimmer from Hong Kong, one to watch as well. And of course, the big question tonight, world record as well. We haven't had a new world record in 4 years. It was Sarah Sjöström from Sweden who got the 1 minute 50.43 back in August 2017. Could tonight be the night that we see a new world record tumbled? The 8 of them on their marks. And away we go. In the 200 metre freestyle women's final. Strong start from all of them. Charlotte Bonnet is the quickest off with a 0.69 reaction time. Close between Rebecca Smith and Siobhan Haughey in the middle two lanes as they get to 25 metres. Remember, shorter pool here at the Etihad Arena. So it's 8 lengths instead of 4 for this 200 metre final. And the 8 of them together. It's Haughey leading Smith 15 hundredths of a second. Steenberger in lane 8 is third at the moment. But you can see Haughey already starting to stretch that gap. 75 metres in, about half a length. Great push off the wall. Haughey in the white cap in lane 5. Rebecca Smith, the black cap in lane 4. They're the first two. Charlotte Bonnet now in third, but she's a second off of Haughey, who is stretching ahead. But is it too much too quick? You can see the world record line there. Haughey head and shoulders it in front of the world record line. I mean, you've got to ask yourself at this point, has she gone too quick? Or is she going to be able to hold on to that? It's still Haughey, nearly a length now ahead of Rebecca Smith. And it's Paige Madden now from the States who is third on that turn. So close, 25 metres to go, the final length. Haughey, a length over Rebecca Smith. Surely she's got the gold medal, but she's searching for that world record now. It's almost at the fingertips, it's at the elbows as she makes her way to the end of the pool. It's the fingertips, but she does it. 12 hundredths of a second ahead of the world record. Siobhan Bernadette Haughey, gold medal. World record here at the World Championships in Abu Dhabi. Rebecca Smith, the favourite, gets silver. And it's Paige Madden from USA who manages to get the bronze and finish off the podium. You can see what it means to her as Haughey and Smith share a moment there over the lane rope. The smiles and celebrations, the relief on her face as she takes not only a gold but a well-deserved world record. You can see there on the replay, the reactions, all 8 of them, off incredibly quickly and evenly. But a great glide from Haughey. And already just after a couple of links, the gap she opened up was incredible. Super form. And that pace at the beginning she managed to maintain. She didn't go out too quick. It was a worry for a couple of laps, but a couple of lengths, but she managed to keep it. Look at that smile. Lights up the arena, the celebration from her and the crowd. It's what the crowd wanted to see tonight. They knew this was going to be a great event. And Siobhan Haughey did not fail to deliver. And there's your time. 150.31 for Haughey. Rebecca Smith in second, 152.24. And it's Paige Madden who grabs the bronze after an incredible race.
JP.